PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast, retransmission, or other dissemination, or the use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show's 2020 season. We're glad that you're with us to celebrate 10 years of the PCSRA, and we hope to see you every Monday and Tuesday here in the PCSRA Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma. Today's PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast is brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecues, Harkins Theaters, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, in its 10th season, with the call of today's PCSRA Weekly Show from the Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma, here he is, the adorable Blue Hedgehog, the voice of the PCSRA. Here he is, Daniel Boyles. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show. As the PCSRA Weekly Show is on the air here on the Blue Hedgehog TV, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Daniel Voles here in our amazing studios. Here is, by the way, hi Sean Art in the chat. As we are set to go for today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show for the, I believe this is the... Barnes & Noble. I forgot to say live. I'll do that in a minute. Alright, give me a second. I forgot to edit that. That's my bad. Anyway. As I had to take a drink. Okay. So before we get to the show, yeah, oof is right. Before we get to the show, just a few announcements. When I start my return for the PCSRA, I'm only going to just do one series at a time, because I think that's more appropriate for me, because there's no way in hell I'm going to get all of the series done as far as that's concerned. So I hope you all understand. If you don't, let me know in the chat, and then I'll explain it in a better detail, as I don't know why somebody's muted in my weekly show, but whatever. Yeah, with that being said, I think that's all of the announcements I have to put up. If you guys have any, please let me know in the chat if I forget, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see what happens, as my PS4 is my phone is being a derping grandpa. And I'm gonna go smack it because it's still being stupid. So, anyway. Alright. So, plus, the thing is, you know, Foster's and Reese's are both on the same mod, so it's like, yay. Okay, with that being said, let's introduce the only panelist that's with us right now. Today we're going to recap Bahrain, go over some news and notes and all that, and preview the second Bahrain race. So joining me for the PCSRA Weekly Show. Wait, what? That was a creepy high. That was a creepy high, folks. Okay. Hang on. That would be why. Okay. To everybody on the weekly show, because some people don't even know what I just said. But anywho, by the way, I'm enjoying my new laptop. I don't like the creepy high. Well, I do that just to antagonize Cody Smart for you. So, give me 1 second before we start the weekly show, because I gotta clear all this garbage off. So it will be just a little thing to note. And since Orman's here, let me explain the reason why I've made that decision. The reason is because I really think it would be better off for me to just focus on one series and one series only, instead of having, like, doing it back and forth between series and all that. What? No, wait, Sean. Are you saying that what I just said about just to antagonize Cody? Because that's what I always do to Cody. Which is Sub-Scion, also known as. Anyway. But anyway, as I was saying, the reason I'm doing that is just because I just want to focus on one series. That way I'm not putting enough stress on that. Okay? If you have questions and all that, private message me about the PCSRA stuff in my DM, and I'll explain why I made that decision. Because nobody else understands that other than Nathan Orman, so. Yeah, it's going to be a fun season, nevertheless. Yeah. More than likely, we all know what the answer is. The answer to that question is wink wink. By the way, I got score 4, so we don't have to worry about that as far as that's concerned. Yeah. Which brings up my next topic I needed to tell you. About the point system. I'm actually going to make it up from scratch. This point system. And here's going to be the fun part. 1 point could mean the difference who makes the playoffs for the 20 drivers in Reese's and who could be eliminated. Yeah. I have raised the bar. Big time, folks. I don't know how much gigabytes the BR15 has. Different point system, interesting. Well, I like to spice things up, because I tell the Reese's drivers, I'm going to raise the stakes big time. Or I could just have the Reese's drivers be the Foster Series drivers, because that's how I've been doing their deal. Yes, Orman's still going to race, so. Yes, because because that little plan I made with Orman is still going to go in effect. Wink, wink. The issue is going to be what mod is going to be for the truck series. That's going to be the fun part. Because what? You know, there's going to be some mods I have to probably go, like the CTS 09 I might be using, or some. I'll figure something out as far as that's concerned. We'll probably do sign-ups for that, but I'm going to probably let you all know I'm not signing up for the truck series, so we'll cross that bridge when we can. But for now, we'll probably focus more our attention on the Reese's drivers, because there's 88 drivers. Yeah. At least Orman won't be mad. Hell, at least Orman's not going to say that PCSRA is rigged, because I'm not going to rig the series. Let's get that right.
I'm sorry I said the R word, Sean. Whee! Oh, there it is. like seriously, I'm not going to yes, I'm not going to do that R word because I'm making it fair for everybody. So just FYI. Okay, sorry about my little ramble of random stuff. Let's just get right to what? Yeah, thank God it's not going to be rigged. Welcome to the Steeler. Orby's gonna smack you, Cody. Yep, that's a C word for Cody. Alright, let's get back on topic, thank you very much. After that little start to the show. I love you, Sean. I love you. I love you, Sean. Okay, back to what I was trying to say. Alright, so let's go over recapping Bahrain Uno. Yes, Bahrain Uno. No, Sean Art has a different method. We're going to start using the C word Sean Art style, because for every time you say that CH word, you would get on the board Sean Art style. Because that's how Sean Art wants me to do it, so I'll probably start them up next year. Anyway, back to the task in hand, so let's go over the top 10 results for the Formula 2 race before we get things out of hand. And yes, I do accept the Taylor one. And you better say not accept if you do anything to me. Actually, that is not a ripping off material point for Sean. That's actually the agreement we... I saw that one coming like 3 seconds away. Anyway, back to us doing for the top 10 results. Top 10 results for the F2 race, getting back on topic here. Felipe Drugovich won, Cal Malott second. Yehan Davalara, which marks the first time an Indian driver made it onto the podium since Karun Chandhok back in the day, so hooray. Anyway, Mick Schumacher 4th, Nikita Mazepin 5th, Yuki Tsunoda 6th, Marcus Armstrong 7th, Robert Schwartzman 8th, Dan Tickham 9th, and Jack Aiken, our F2 person that we have in my team Gurmo, came home in 10th. For the sprint race, Robert Schwartzman won, Nikita Mazepin 2nd, Luis de la Tresse 3rd, Marcus Armstrong 4th, Gan Yuzo 5th, Christian Lundgaard 6th, Mick Schumacher 7th, Felipe Drugovich 8th, Roy Nissany 9th, and Aram Makalov of Russia complete top 10. Nissany took part in FP1 this weekend for Formula 1, which we're about to get to in just a second. No, giving someone a fine is not roasting someone. Oh! Oh, dear Lord. Taylor's going to be triggered. Okay. Now, to the F1 race. Recapping that. The race was eventful. Don't help me, Orman. I can just go ahead and do the recapping on my own. The race was eventful, let's say that. Getting ready to go into turn 3, contact between Danny Kvyat and Roman Grosjean. Grosjean goes in the guardrail so hard, it rips the chassis in half, with half the chassis facing the wrong direction and the other half impaled into the guardrail. The race had to be red flagged to repair the guardrail. Grosjean got out of the car because it was on fire, and Orman was screaming, "Put it out, put it out, put it out." Dr. Ian Roberts and also the medical driver got him out of that car so quickly, or got him got away from that crash, Grosjean had to be taken to the medical center by the medical car because the medical car was trailing the pack, which they do every race in case there's a nasty impact or something like that. They took Roman Grosjean to the medical center during the red flag. He was then taken to the local hospital, which we'll have an update when we get to the top story news. But let me tell you something. That hit was, I want to say, a 45-degree angle, the way he hit that guardrail. So, when the race finally got resumed, Lance Stroll and Danny Kvyat, so Kvyat got involved in both incidents. First one was kind of one of those racing deals. Second one was a controversy penalty, which I don't agree with, and all that. Lance Stroll was singing "I flipped it" so many times. As he made contact with Kvyat, flipped his Racing Point car over. He was out of the car and okay. Had to take probably one of the worst, scariest wrecks in recent history. But, by the way, I'll tell you a little stat in just a second before we get to our thoughts. Stroll was out of the car, not too happy, but, yeah. And then the last safety car happened on the final lap. Sergio Perez had an MGU-K failure on his Racing Point, which it blowed up. Brought out the safety car, and at the end of the day, the Dominator, the flipping me off person, Lewis Hamilton, wins again, to the annoyance of some people who can't shut up. Yes. Danny Kvyat, by the way, smacked the FIA stewards because they slapped him with a 10-second time penalty, which I don't agree with that. So, the top 10 results for the F1 race: Lewis Hamilton, the winner; Max Verstappen second; Alex Albon third. Good podium for Albon, but would have been nice for Checo to get a podium for the second race in a row. But Albon getting a podium, that's still good. Lando Norris fourth, Carlos Sainz fifth, Pierre Gasly sixth, Daniel Ricciardo seventh, Valtteri Bottas continues his miserable run of late in eighth, Esteban Ocon ninth, Charles Leclerc completed top 10. 3 drivers did not finish the race: Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll, so a double DNF for the Pink Panthers, who were running not clothed in Bahrain, and Roman Grosjean, like I said, who had to be taken to the hospital. Taylor's been given a 10-second time penalty for being late. Ah! Hi. Oh, speaking of Taylor. By the way, Taylor, you need to go smack Sean if you need to. Don't look at the YouTube chat. Yeah, Taylor and Cody, by the way, joined. Okay, Taylor, can I say something real quick? Sean Artfile docked Cody Smart $1 million for every time he roasted him. Alright, gentlemen, I turn over to you. What were your thoughts on the first race of 2 in Bahrain? Eventful? Yeah. Other than I felt bad for Checo, because he had a brilliant race going, was on his way to a podium, and then that MGUK failure took him out of the race. Oh, Taylor's going to kill you, Cody. He said, Taylor is skiing not clothed. Taylor accepted mine, not accepted if you do anything to me. Taylor, Cody is a Penske fan. What about you, Taylor? Getting back on topic. Okay, continue, Taylor. The YouTube chat has become the roasting corner, yeah. What about you, Cody? Saw that coming! RB! RB is a Hendrick fan! Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Who who knows what would have happened if we didn't have that halo there? Who knows what would have happened to Grosjean? And also, Sean Hart stole somebody's line. Grapefruit punch. Okay, I have no comment. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I should do this. Personal foul, excessive raging on Racing Point for a double DNF in Bahrain. They've been ejected. They accepted mine. Not accepted if you try anything. That's a comment, Boils. So that's a super excessive trigger. And this also really, with, you know, Checo's, NGU failure, it wreaked havoc on the constructors. Because remember, they're one of those teams that's fighting for third in the constructors. The Pink Panthers. Okay, says Subscion. If you think that's ripping off material point, Taylor, then don't try it. Okay, so not. I was saying something in the middle of that. Thank you very much. Not accepted if you try anything. Stapleton, accept it! Wait. Cody. So what you're telling me is Stapleton was not clothed in the NIRA strip club. Okay, accept it. Ah! Oh no! We have a fifth person. We have a fifth person that's also here who's enjoying the weekly show. And Orby better not look at his DM on Discord, and you know who that person. Okay, so Elmer will become the 89th driver and will run the Reese's Pro Series. Okay. All in favor of Elmer driving in PCSRA say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay. Because I know in FARC there's like people losing to a freaking bear in points. I'm like, bruh. I'm serious, Taylor. How do you get beat in points to a bear? Come on, bruh. Oh, brother, why, Elmer? Because Elmer loves to hug the Reese's drivers and Plune Ormy fully clothed. Okay. Back on topic here. Let's talk about the safety because, you know, you touched on it a little bit earlier. You know, safety has come a long way in, you know, F1. And, so let me read you a couple of stats here. First time we had a flip since Abu Dhabi in 2018 when Grosjean hit Nico Hulkenberg, the replacement driver, which Hulkenberg took like a couple of flips. That was the first year when we had the halo. Last year we didn't have a flip. This year we did with Lance Stroll. And I'll say this, and this is just my defense. I've seen crashes ever since the Halo was introduced. I've never seen a car ripped in half, pulled an Indy car, ripped in half, and gets impaled into the guardrail. Like, it was nuts. And people are saying, well, the Halo didn't protect. Yeah, if that Halo wasn't there, Grosjean would have died. Let me be honest with you. So, that's a reason why F1 has the Halo, for that reason and that reason only, is to keep the driver safe in case something like this happens. So, alright, so let's get into the top story news. Just got word from F1 Luke Smith, Cal Mawat will not be racing in F1 next season. After missing out at sea, but his time will come, so there's that. Yeah, the Halo did its job, the safety innovations did its job. Now you know why there's a Halo in IndyCar for a reason. To avoid something like that happening. Yep, that's what happened. But his time will come, so. By the way, during one of the top story news, the Grosjean deal, which brings us to our Mercy Orthopedics injury report. Grosjean didn't have any broken bones, thank God for that. All he had was, like, burns and all that on his body, so. But, you know, and he will not be racing, this weekend. So, Pedro Fittipaldi will be in the car for Romain Grosjean. So, also, I read some stat. I mentioned, you know, first time we had a flip in, since 2018. The last time an F1 car was torn off in half was Kimi Räikkönen at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka in 2001 with John Alesi. Right, like right after you go up through the S's, getting ready to turn left. Yeah, that was the last time a F1 car was torn off in half. We're going to be racing in the month of December. Wait, you bring up that point, Sean. It's for the second year, I think it's the second or third year in a row we've been racing in December. No, it's third year. No, third year, because I remember F1 raced on December 1st, and I think it was in 2018, and last year they did run, so, yeah, it is the third year in a row. Because normally they end their season in November. They have been ending their season in December, so. It is the third year, so. Yeah. Yeah, so Haas F1 released a statement. I don't know if I put it in the F1 chat or not. Here it is. Thank you to Sean for posting this. So, this is a statement from Haas F1, which has to be a disaster. But anyway, this is a team statement from Haas F1. Following medical evaluations by doctors at the Bahrain Defense Force, BDF, hospital, Haas F1 team driver Roman Grosjean will remain in hospital overnight to be treated for burns sustained on the back of both hands after his opening lap accident at the Bahrain GP. All X-rays performed on Grosjean came back clear of fractures. He will be released tomorrow. Yeah, so he'll be released tomorrow. That's what Luke Smith said. So, but like I said, you know, you got to thank the medical car who was there, because like I said, the medical car is there in case something like this happens, and yeah. So Grosjean is doing okay in the hospital. Hopefully he'll be okay, if you ask me. So Pedro Fittipaldi, first time we've had a I think it's the first time American drivers in there in quite some time. So, yeah. So, by the way, that is the only injury we have on the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. Slow down by North Arias, a broken bone or a sports injury. Count on Mercy to help restore your orthopedic life. Call Mercy Orthopedics today. Mercy and the PCSRA, a partnership for over a decade. Other news I want to point out. Red Bull has announced they're going to delay the decision on Albon until after Abu Dhabi, so we don't know what Albon's going to be doing next season. The impact that Grosjean hit the wall was almost 140 miles an hour, so... yeah. Try 221, Orman. Yeah. Yeah, but it was by 1 kilometer. But you get the point. So... yeah. I think that's probably the worst wreck we've seen since, what, Ryan Newman's flip in the Daytona 500 on the last lap? Newman's was bad. This one was worse than Newman's. Let's get that right. Yeah. Yeah, Newman's wreck was bad. Grosjean's was worse because it's an open cockpit versus like a 3,400 pound stock car. But you get the point. Staying on topic with FIA, Audi has announced they will not be returning to Formula E at the end of season 7 because they will be going to top flight in the LMDH class in the World Endurance Series. So they're still going to run Formula E, but they're leaving at the end of season 7. So that really is going to shake everything up in the Formula E deal. Yeah. Yep. Yep. People, okay, so, the Arkham Menard Series East will open NASCAR's triple header weekend at Dover next May. Dover, who's moving down to one race, is moving the ARCA East race in May, so that means there's going to be 4 series in action instead of the NASCAR 3 we're used to. So that's interesting. Somebody else just got Noah Gragson, Xfinity driver, is joining Chase Elliott in the Snowball Derby. So we have a Cup champion and also a regular in the Xfinity Series racing in the Snowball Derby at Pensacola. So we wish them all the best, if you ask me, in that respect. AJ Allmendinger is going to be back. Hi, Great Lakes. AJ Allmendinger is going to be back with Colleague Racing next season. I believe it's going to be a part-time schedule due to his IMSA duties. And Kevin Magnuson, which we'll mention this on the IMSA podcast in January, is going to join, listen to this, Chip Ganassi Racing in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship next season. Who had that on their bingo card? So that means Kevin Magnuson will now make a transition over to America. How many of you guys thought, how many of you guys would have thought, Magnuson would be joining Chip Ganassi Racing? I don't think anybody predicted that. I thought he was going to probably go to IndyCar and all that. But to go to IMSA next season? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Everybody's in big trouble, I can tell you that for sure. Are you shocked about that, Taylor? Yeah. Oh, no! Do you want Cody to smack you now or later? Because you could say president abuse and co-president abuse, so both of you would end up in jail, even though I don't know how that's going to go down. So, yeah. So, that's going to be interesting. HD Interior Minister orders exceptional promotion for 2 civil defense personnel for their, as a reward for helping Roman Grosjean escape the wreck, along with the medical car people, which is Dr. Ian James and the medical car team, so that's good. Don't bother me. So, bless you. Yeah, Alan Vander Murray is the driver of the medical car. Dr. Ian James is the passenger, so, yeah. But, you know, that's how you say so. Alright. So that's it for the top story news. As far as that's concerned. To NR... Wait, let me check the agenda real quick. Do not help me, I got it. Ah, you Phone is about to get smacked. Yeah, we'll worry about that towards the finale, so. Alright. Yeah. Do we have any NR news, people? Even though I want all of your money! I had to do that because why not? Oh, this just came in, by the way. Yeah. What's up, bro? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, normally, sorry to cut you off, Orman. I want to say something to let you all know. Normally, in this situation, normally, like today on a Monday, Cody would be in college, but because of all the, with everything going on, he is on his quote-unquote winter break until he goes back to college around, let's try February. So, because normally he would be already in his dorm, already heading back to his dorm, so. Just letting you all know. Okay. I saw an article. Mercedes would have withdrawn from the Bahrain GP if the injuries were worse for Grosjean, but thankfully they didn't. Then I would, and then if that would have happened, then Mercedes fans will say, well, then the withdrawing part would be rigged. So. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. So anyway, uh-oh, somebody's about to go eject, Go Forth and Josie, because they're going to be triggered at something. So, alright, so we have 5 drivers in, oh dear lord, yeah. For my, part of the deal, I got NR Gen 3, that's the good news. Here's the issue. Like I told Orman, we're only going to focus on one series and one series only is what we're going to do. So, we may end up doing Reese's first, and then probably might do the Foster season, I don't know. Or I might just stick with putting all of the Reese's drivers that we had in Foster's. Because here's the deal. We already have their schemes. I believe all of the... Is that a consideration a laughing point? Technically, it's not a laughing point because a laughing point would be tears coming out of the eyes, but yeah. But technically, it's not, but I'll let it slide. But anyway, because here's the thing, is that I believe all of the reseed the paint customs. So, which reminds me, I need to message Allie and ask her to help me with the downloading the cars and all that, so that way I have it on my computer and all that, because I don't know how I'm going to get the mod on there, if you know what I mean, so, or I could look it up, how to put NR mod. Okay, that's what a laughing point is, okay. Yes. Even though I've done a lousy job of keeping up with laughing points, but you get the point, okay? Okay, I'm gonna have to download the installing mods part, so. How to put PS2 in microwave? Excuse me, Great Lakes? Bruh. Since when did that become a thing? Yeah. I'll probably have to stream on YouTube for the PCSRA races, if that's alright with you guys, because I know it may not be the great quality, but at least it's something better than nothing, okay? Accepted! David, accepted. Which reminds me, Sean, I need to tell you what Allie told me in your DM when I get done, or when I get a chance, so. Alright, let's preview, Bahrain Dos. What, Orman? Oh. Okay, boys. We have 5 drivers in contention for, the championship. They are Mick Schumacher, Callum Allott, Nikita Mazepin, Robert Schwartzman, Yuki Tsunoda. Those are the 5 that would be, in contention right now. Wait, who is not clothed at Little Caesars Arena? If it's David, I will accept that. Oh! I'm not gonna say it. Wait. Great Lakes, I got a dumb question to ask you. D-A-V-I-D-I-S? Who's that? I know David is what I'm referring to, but D-A-V-I-D-I-S? What I'm referring to? Nice! Derp! Great Lakes, not accepted if you try anything on us. That's... Hey. The best part is he did it in my he did on the stream, so... Great Lakes, Barnes and Novel. Alright. Yeah, Cody will be back later so he can watch me crash into a wall and kill, probably Jimmy Johnson. But you get my point. Anyway, so, we're running a different layout, which lap times could be under a minute, which is the outer layout. So, what do you think we're going to see with the outer layout versus the regular circuit, boys? Come on, there are no wrong answers in this case. Oh, okay. What about you, Taylor? And then I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. Every answer is a wrong answer. Oh, dear Lord. I will cause Logano to... I will cause Logano a bad season is 28... Wait. I will cause Logano a bad season is 2018 on NR. What's that? I know the sentence I will cause Logano a bad season in 2018 on NR, but I will cause Logano a bad season is NR is 2018 on NR. Nice, derp, Great Lakes. Me neither, but anyway. That's going in the quotes chat. Somebody put that in the quotes chat. That was funny. And both times he's done that in the stream, so it's like funny. Continue, Taylor. Oh, definitely so. Oh, just before I forget to all of you, since you're all in this, since Sean's watching the stream and Ormy and Taylor, and I'll probably tell Cody this, not that long ago, I had a piece of ham that I didn't share with you guys, and I'm having a Barks root beer that I'm not sharing with you guys. Who left? I know. I will tell him when he comes back later, you darp. I said when he comes back in the call later, you darp. Unless Discord was being drunk for you. Oh, me is a Chase Elliott fan. What happened, Taylor? Yeah, by the way, that awesome money is going to go to the next round, but one of you is most certainly not. Who thinks the Jefferson House is home to the Daytona 500? Who thinks Discord was owned by Cody Smart Strip Club? Who thinks not clothed men cannot win in a triathlon race in Australia? Yeah. Alright. Oh, Orman missed what I just said. I just pulled off a weakest link deal of the... That money, by the way, will go to the next round, but one of you most certainly will not. So, anyway. Back to the discussion at hand. Should be interesting to see what will happen in this, races and all that. Alright, so... That said, let's get to our Barks predictions, which is cool. Driver to win, driver stay away from Dark Horse. Remember, for F2, 25 points for the championship. I am not the weakest link, you darp. No, the weakest link is Sub-Scion running not clothed in his bathroom while he's having a porn sex singing, "Go Elijah, go! Go Elijah, go!" Elijah's gonna look at me going, "What in the world, Boyles?" Not accept it. I said something in the middle of that. Taylor, nice try, not accept it if you do anything to me. Hey guys, we're 5 away. 5 away from 200. Illuminati is about to be confirmed. We're about to hit 200 before this year's over with, boys. How do you like me now? Alright. Yeah. By the way, if the Elijah part is, by the way, true, because that's how Cody Smart's going to lose to Elijah, so. Anyway. Alright, so let's get to the standings going into this as I get rid of that. By the way, I'll try to get some more NBA videos out to you all ASAP this week, so probably you'll get one for Thursday, because I don't know what I'm doing Thursday. Oh, I need to do this to Ormy's DM, not a roast. This is important stuff I need, FYI. So, don't freak out if it's for stuff that I desperately need. But anyway. David is reaching 1,000. Blue is reaching 2 subs. What's next? Everyone in my server is ejected for... Are you talking about when I reach 150? Wait, are you talking about everybody else that did not say not accepted or all that Great Lakes or what? Oh, by the way, I bought some earbuds so I don't have to annoy Grandma with my... Yeah, that part. Anyway, so let's get to the point standings. Now that I did that little craziness, going into this weekend's deal. Well, if that happens, of course. Oh dear Lord, says Great Lakes. Anyway, by the way, last chance for Zachary Taylor to catch Cody in the overall standings. Zachary Taylor leads. Here's going to be the dilemma. Taylor would wrap up the championship this weekend for Global. And Cody Smart said that Global was rigged. But anyway. Zachary Taylor has has a nice cushion over Cody. Go forth. Taylor has 1,555. Go forth 1,400. Cody Smart third at 1,397. So Smart better do something about it. I'm in 4th at 1,290. Brendan Rogers 5th at 1,183. Nathan Orman is 6th at 1,063. Cody Smart has already locked up bonus points, so there you go. Alright, now remember, champion is championship contender 25 points. The champion is 50. So there's like non-championship contenders is 1 point. F1's 1 point. So let me think. You do the math. That's a total of 78 points at stake this weekend if you pick championship contenders. So. Or if they lock it up in the feature race. Because remember, the championship was locked up in feature last year in Russia. So say if Mick Schumacher wins and his championship rivals don't, Schumacher wins the title automatically in feature. With a race to go. The Blue Hedgehog server. Alright. So, if you all have the dilemma and if you have any questions, you can let me know. Alright. Nathan Orman, you have the distinction of going first. Yes, you get to go first. Alright, driver stay away from. Oh, perfect timing, Cody, because we're doing predictions. Technically, that should be a girly point for Cody, but anyway, continue on, Orman. I saw that one coming. Wait, who was your driver stay away from? I missed it. Christian Lundgaard. I'll have to fix the spelling later. And the champion? Alright. Yep. Alright, F1. Driver to win. Oh, so I just now realized something, boys. He's actually 2 poles away from hitting 100 in his career. Did you notice that, folks? That pole he won Saturday night was pole number 98. 2 more, he's at 100. Yeah, I'm probably gonna download the BR15 mod in a minute. Oh, now that's the big surprise there. I was not expecting you picking Bottas, but then I realized the slump he's been on of late. Oh yeah, you bring up a very good point. That's a very good hard pick for driver to stay away from. I was not expecting you to pick Bottas. Lately, he's been having horrible races. He's been on a roll of late, Lando. And why Lando Norris is going to be back with McLaren next year, because he's a really good kid, if you ask me, so. Yep, that will be fun. Mr. Zachary Taylor, you're up. Who is your driver to stay away from in F2, mister? Wait till you hear my picks. This will be fun. No, his driver to stay away from is, I am arresting a not clothed David Heller while Taylor's fully clothed. Cody Smart is arresting David Heller who's not clothed while Subsion is fully clothed. Okay, that is accepted, Danny. Not accepted if you try anything. Okay. Yuki Tsunoda is the driver to stay away from. That's interesting. That was not... I'm surprised you picked him to be a stay away from, to be quite honest with you. Oh, I got a trick up my sleeve for F1. Alright, go ahead. Hugging Zachary Taylor fully clothed and not with fairy tale wives. No, I think, isn't he... Wait, let me check. Yeah, he's a championship contender, you derp, but he's gonna need a lot of help. Oh, may I also remind you that he's also the rookie points leader? Okay, speaking of... Okay. You mentioned about Robert Schwartzman. There's only 3 drivers in contention for Rookie of the Year. Robert Schwartzman, Yuki Tsunoda, Christian Lundgaard. Ironically, we just said their names in the picks. I'd like to remind you about that. I just realized that just now. You people picked the top 3 rookies in your picks. I find that funny. I find that really funny. Oh, man. Driver to win, Taylor. Alright. Phone is about to get smacked. Smack's my phone. My phone accepted being smacked. Not accept if you try anything. By the way, I had to smack my phone because it wanted me to put Michael Schumacher instead of Mick Schumacher, and I had to smack my phone for that. Okay, F1. Driver, stay away from Taylor. Should that be present abuse or no? Okay, technically you both should be in jail for that. I'm gonna write a rule and say every time you smack Taylor or Cody, or Taylor or Cody smacks each other, they should be both in jail with us. Alright, who's to stay away from for F1, Taylor? Not accept it. No, actually that would be, well, I don't think I would have that many kids, but anyway. You know, in the future, if I do end up getting kids, I'm gonna be doing a super nanny, parenting skills, and you don't want to know what that would be, but. Hey, Taylor, listen, it's not gonna involve spanking, let's get that right. Alright, stay away from. Anne Maria would be that PCSRA driver, that's the only one you would know of. Anyway, back on topic. Stay away from. Surprised you took Ricardo, to be quite honest with you. Dark Horse. Remember, next week it's only F1. Points on one another. Hey, you one McLaren driver, Taylor took the other one. I find that funny. What happened? Oh, who did that? Alright, driver to win. And then Taylor's bonus pick is hugging Maddie and Brooklyn fully clothed when they return home for the holidays. Wait, what'd you say, Taylor? Oh no. Yep. I was going to mention your name, so thanks for taking care of that for me.
strategy again. So going into race one, we have 5 people contending, but here comes another issue I may have. A couple of these people absolutely, and I mean absolutely, have to get the pole at least once, if not twice, if they want to stay in contention.
Well, here's the thing, Cody. It's only pole for the feature race because remember the top 8 gets switched for the sprint race. It's only pole for the feature race because you're talking about 4 points. So let's say for example, if Mick Schumacher wins the pole, then probably Sonata and possibly Schwartzman would be out.
Yeah, because that's
I mean, they're saying 5 people are in contention, but realistically, it's between Callum and Mick.
Yeah, here comes another thing, Danny. Here comes another thing. So when I took a look at Wikipedia, it's 4 points for the pole, and then it's 2 points for fastest lap. So
Which also means if you win the that's if you win the race.
yeah. Yeah. Like fastest lap, you already get 2 points for that anyway. So here's where the tricky thing comes into play. You can get up to 48 points, which means for somebody like Yuki Tsunoda,
Yep.
and need Mick Schumacher to get shut out entirely. Like, he would need him to not finish inside the top 8
Yeah.
races.
You know what also could be also another thing? Say if Schumacher has problems and Christian Lundgaard wins, throw that into the consideration.
Yeah, because here's the thing, Lundgaard is mathematically eliminated. The magic hotline is 48 points, and guess who's right on that mark?
Yeah, Sonata's in a must-win.
Yeah, Sonata needs Mick Schumacher to get shut out and for him to have a perfect weekend and spend time with him. Then you need to add the consideration that they need to do a tiebreaker for the champions. And guess who's more likely to win the championship that way? Mick Schumacher. So here comes my issue. I feel like by the time they hit the green flag, Yuki Tsunada's point value is going to go from 25 to 1 right before the green, and that will show major weekly show implications.
Or right before lights go out, but I get your point.
Yeah, right before the lights go out, and the same can be said for Robert Schwartzman. So here's where I'm going to do my text for this one. Driver to win race number 1.
Well, if you want to do both races, that's up to you, Cody.
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. Race number 1, driver to win. I'm taking a look at the polls at the moment, and when I take a look at who won the poll for Bahrain in the first bout, that was Callum Ella, whatever. Yeah, those British names, right? So, let's look at the qualifying results, the qualifying classification going into round 1. You see here, Felipe Drugovich second, Don Pickham third, Armstrong third, Zell fourth. The next championship contender you see down here is Nikita Mazepin at 7th. And Mick Schumacher 10th. Robert Schwartzman 14th. Yuki Tsunoda, like, he wasn't even classified. That's a major risk. That's a major issue. But here comes another catch. Predictions may we lay on qualified and practice, because I take a look at the practices over here. And Mazepin is P1, Tsunoda is P3, Schwartzman P7. I mean, these contenders, they can improve. They could get themselves in contention quite quickly. So here's what it comes down to for me. I'm going to have to predict not only who wins the races in the championship or whatever, but I pretty much have to predict who's going to be there and qualifying, who is going to execute. As I just got knocked in the door because my pizza's ready. Okay. So I'm going to have to get to those a little bit more quicker than I wished. Okay. Driver to win the race. Race number 1. I really think he has come very close to winning these races. I mean, you take a look at the race results for him. He came in P number 2 your races. In the sprint races, you gotta take a look at both programs here. So if I were someone like Prima Racing, for example, I should really focus on who's more realistically gonna have a shot at winning the championship. Well, I really do think he's gonna come back and win it. Do I think he's gonna win the pole? Absolutely not. But I do think he may have the strategy, gathering those from Robert Schwartzman, be like, hey, I may be eliminated, but you have a much better shot than I will winning the championship, so I'm going to help you out. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and pick Mick Schumacher's my driver to win.
And you also stole Taylor's pick, too. So you did a double whammy. Mm-hmm.
Executed big time, and that was how I got up in the points. Guess what? I'm gonna do this again. It is risky because he did very good. The Russians did very good at Bahrain for whatever reason last week. But it all comes down to the tires in a must-win situation. Something tells me he's gonna push way too hard and he's gonna have issues. So I'm picking Nikita Mazepin as driver to stay away from race 1. Which means my dark horse is an absolute no-brainer.
Dang it. Camelot. Okay, give me a second. Nikita, because I'm having some issues. Nikita. And then you said Camelot was your dark horse.
Yeah, that would be race number 1.
Which, if you want to do it for both races, that's up to you. Well, he won the championship in F3 and got promoted to F2, so.
Yeah, so.
I would cut him some slack, but if you want to pick him, that's your choice. He's only going to be worth 1 point. That's the problem, though.
It's not going to be a problem at all because there'll be 2 contenders left most likely going into race number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather pick someone a bit easier than someone OP. So, you know what? I think you need to give him a little bit more time before he starts to perform in F2 despite of being the F3 champion. So I'm going to take CL Sarshar as my driver to stay away from. Upon being critical to an F3 champion, but hey, you need to give yourself some time before you can perform.
Yeah. He'll get better. He'll get better, if you ask me, next year when he has a full season. It's a French name. What do you expect? So anyway, the champion, Cody. Oh yeah, Mick Schumacher. Since you said as driver to win, I don't know about you, but I might join the bandwagon club. Anyway, driver to win for F1, unless you want to go get his pizza. Okay, while we're waiting for Cody, we'll come back to Cody's picks while he's eating his pizza. So, Brendan and I, it's our turn while we're waiting for Cody to come back to do his F1 picks. Okay. Yes, Brendan and I, since we're both sharing the picks, remember that, Orman. You know what? I'm going to join the Mick Schumacher bandwagon club and say he's going to win the race in the championship. I'm sorry if I have to steal your picks, but I'm joining the bandwagon club. I'm joining the bandwagon club just because why the heck not? Driver to stay away from. You know, I feel like when you look at how close the points are, you look at one of the things that really could trip up a driver. I could say not only this could be huge implications as far as the Drivers' Championship is concerned, but you also have to consider we could end up seeing Rookie of the Year implications. I'm going to take Robert Schwartzman as the driver to stay away from. I do not think I stole anybody's picks. Okay. I'm going to do that for both races. The dark horse, I feel like when you think how good he's going to be as far as this is concerned, I feel like, yeah, he might be he might be facing a difficult task. Well, let me see. Dark horse, even though this person got eliminated, I just want to see him run very well and try to end off what has been a very impressive season. I'm going to take Luis Delatraz as my dark horse. I am fully aware about that. Darn it. Barnes and Noble. T-R-A-Z. I forgot the R. I forgot the R. D-E... Wait, hang on. D-E... Okay, I spelled it right. Alright, sweet. To F1. Driver to win, Lewis Hamilton. Let's get that over with. I know I stole people's picks, but that's alright. Just because I want the Hamilton domination to be done, so. Driver to stay away from. You mentioned, Taylor, about Daniel Ricciardo as your driver to stay away from, which was a very good pick you made. But I feel like Renault, as I look at the results, I felt like, you know, well, actually, let me look. When I look at the results here, one name popped up to what was probably a really disappointment. And, you know, you mentioned about, and you guys picked the two McLarens for, you know, drivers to stay away from. There's been a driver that I saw that's been on a downward spiral of late. And for me, I really just don't know if it's because, if it's the pace, if it's the, what? Oh. Yeah. For me, when I look at the positions that really jumped out in front of me after the struggles that I've seen from teams, like, let me look at the results here. The way I've seen this person race, okay, let me check. Here's the results. Faun is about to get smacked. This person has been on a struggle streak of late, and I just don't know if this person's going to recover or if it's going to hurt them in a longer run, because he ends up having one good race, one bad race, and it may end up getting worse. So I'm going to stick with my gun, and I'm going to say that I'm going to stick to the plan, to the person I already picked. As far, it's really difficult. So the driver I'm picking to stay away from, I'm going to say stay away from Antonio Giovinazzi. I just don't feel like, I just don't know why, but I just don't think Alfa Romeo is going to get better. The dark horse, you mentioned, Orman, about Lando Norris having a consistent. I'm going to say Alex Albon is the dark horse. He's been very consistent, been getting some good results of late, and I think he's going to continue that momentum. Yay. Yeah, while we're waiting for Cody Smart, let's go ahead while we're waiting for Smart to get back from eating his pizza, give you a look at this week's upcoming events. Brought to you by Red Carpet Charter, the official charter company of the PCSRA. The Elijah Leonard Talk Show, Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It was supposed to be last Friday, but Elijah had plans coming up, so that will be now at this Friday. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. That's a look at this week's upcoming events. As far as looking at this week's upcoming PCSRA weekly show events and racing events as well. For the PCSRA, I'm gonna try to download the BR15 and then we'll get Reese started because we'll get the Rookie Bash and Daytona 500 qualifying up, but a time when that will happen is yet to be determined, so gonna let you guys know on that, but whenever that will be, we'll have our pre-race show and all that coverage, and that'll be fun. So that's a look at this week's upcoming events and this week's upcoming PCSRA racing events. For weekly show events, next week is our penultimate episode of the weekly show. We'll recap Bahrain 2, go over some news and notes and all that, and then we'll get ready to preview the final race for F1 at Abu Dhabi. Dun 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 dun. Hug Taylor. Abu Dhabi. Yeah, you get the point. Yeah, that's I made up that song, by the way, so not except if you tried to steal that song. Yeah, so that's a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA racing and weekly show events brought to you by Red Carpet Charter, the official charter company of the PCSRA. Go ahead, Cody. We're ready for F1 picks while you're eating your pizza, fully clothed and not with fairy tale wives. Figures. Dang, Cody, you just inhaled that thing. Watch him pick Lewis Hamilton. Watch Cody pick Lewis Hamilton. Called it. You know another thing, Cody, is that Lewis Hamilton has won the last. You know, when we got to Abu Dhabi, the only time Lewis Hamilton did not win the race was like 2016, but that was when he was in title contention. But I do not recall him. I think the last time he won the. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's ever. I don't think a champion like Lewis Hamilton did not win the finale at Abu Dhabi. I don't think so off the top of my head. Let's try that again. All I know is Lewis Hamilton's won the finale every time he's won the world championship is what I'm trying to say. So, I don't think he's ever lost a race after winning the championship. Just FYI. Yeah. Which is why I picked Perez as the dark horse last time. Yeah. So, for driving to stay away from, okay. Leona Williams is too easy. So, and Taylor picked is too easy. Well, he's come close trying to get points is what I told Taylor, so. You know, another thing we need to mention is, and we'll probably talk about this after your dark horse, Cody. Because this is another question I want to bring up with you folks while we're in this chat. Okay, dark horse? Oh, no. Okay. Actually, no, the dark horse needs to be, okay, who's going to be the third dog that's going to run on track? Because I just now realized, 2 race weekends in a row we've had a dog run on track. Will we make it a third time? And he ripped off a song. I wonder if we're gonna keep that dog trend going. Give that dog a bone. Yeah, he would have been on the podium if it wasn't for that MGUK failure, is what Will Buxton said. No, he. I heard Checo, but I could be wrong. Okay, continue on. I wonder which driver is going to be on the getting smacked by Cody list this week. I know Taylor needs to smack some drivers if that happens. I don't think he'll do that. Oh. I do want to bring something, actually I need to bring up a couple of things. Oh, if that happens, then Cody's going to be kicking Racing Point. Okay, there's a couple of things I do need to bring up, since we forgot to bring this up on the show, and I do need to bring this up fully clothed, not with Fairy Tale Wives, Taylor. Okay. Normally, when we have a dry race, you have to use 2 sets of dry tires during the course of the race. Exception. If the red flag comes out, like on lap 1, which in case that's what happened, which this is what happened to Pierre Gasly, which I don't think anybody's heard about this. They switched to the hard tires, and they went hard tires to the end of the race. So normally you'd have to use 2 sets of dry tires to comply with the regulations, but because we had a red flag, then you can use whatever tire you want to use after the red flag, after the second standing start. So that's why Pierre Gasly got away with just hards from start to finish, because he did like 1 set of hard tires to the end of the race. Because normally you would have to use both sets of dries, which we are in the desert and it's dry. So that was a rule that one of the Ted Kravitz, thank you very much, my producer. Ted Kravitz brought it up. Said that normally in a dry race you have to use 2 sets of dry tires, but because of a red flag, that rule goes out the window, just like if it's raining. So Just want to point that out to all of you before there's any confusion. I've realized Hamilton has hit double-digit wins this season. So that's really impressive. But I know Red Bull is going to try to start closing on him, if you ask me. As somebody tried to call me, how rude. But yeah, I mean, that's just really a point, as Ormy's gone. Another thing I want to ask you guys, how do you think Pedro Fittipaldi is going to do in his F1 debut? I'll start with you, Taylor. Yep. Cody Smart, what about you? What do you think Pedro is going to do? How is he going to do in his debut? Pedro Fittipaldi, I believe, was in F2, I want to say, or no, F3. I'm sorry, because he's been their reserve driver. Alright, so that's one thing I want to address with you guys, so. But, yeah. Final thoughts, boys? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like the last thing we don't want to point out. What about you, Cody Smart? Because I have another stat from my stats guy. Your final thoughts. Mm-hmm. 2021. Yeah. And that's all we got for F2 and F1. But anyway, that's not the point. So, all it comes down to is a couple things I want to bring up. Number one, with global most likely launch, well, we see a twist going over to Abu Dhabi. Remember that twist that screwed many people over the Bathurst 1000 earlier this year. Can we see a similar predictions twist at Abu Dhabi that can help people get back on track to cause even more calamity to the overall standings? Because that's what we saw at the Bathurst 1000. Yep. Alright. A couple of stats here before I get to my final thoughts. I want to point this out. Some people have been asking, I don't know if some people, well, I don't know if Sean has asked me this question, the last time Roman Grosjean missed a race. The last time Roman Grosjean missed a race, I want to bring this up to you guys. Last time he missed a race was a different cause. This will be the first time Grosjean will miss a race since the Italian Grand Prix in 2012. Now, if you remember, well, I don't know if anybody remembers this, and you're thinking, wait a minute, why 2012? Here's why. Grosjean got suspended for that race because what he did in Spa, where he did get a good start, but ran the back of Lewis Hamilton, who hit Fernando Alonso and caused a big wreck at La Source going into turn 1, and ended up getting a one-race suspension.
Did you call that guy about the van?
No.
You need to do that today.
I'll try to.
Well, you do it.
I need to find. I have to go find his address. So.
Yeah, because we need to find out about that so we can get it done before it gets cold
Alright.
and bad.
Alright.
Alright?
Okay. So anyway, I'll probably need to do that sometime this week. But anyway, yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens so far. Alright, I will see you guys later on. So, alright. So that's going to be it as far as that's concerned. Alright, so, you know, best wishes to Roman. Hopefully he'll be better. If he's not clear by the time we go to Abu Dhabi, you know, we wish him luck in his future endeavors and, you know, not the way he wanted to end his season, if you ask me. So we'll just have to wish him the best of luck in that regard. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA and wants to remind everybody that drinking and driving is deadly and illegal. Together we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com for more details. So that will be interesting to see how that will play out so far in this deal. Want to thank our great crew today: Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, Nathan Orman, Kyle Langland, Cody Goforth, Great Lakes, all of our amazing friends, our statistician Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, Alex Hawkins, Dennis Stats Kelly, our spotter Greg Wood Black, engineer producer Michael Dean, Tom Shores and Greg Rutz, our sideline engineer Crystal Fontaine, our PCSRA expert so far, Seth Summer, our amazing, awesome person to have fun with, and Daniel Anderson running the show for us back in our PCSRA Learfield IMG College studios in Oklahoma. Normally, I would be saying final score, but because of OU West Virginia being postponed, OU had an off week so far. So final score one final time. In the NFL yesterday, it was Greg Rutz and the Kansas City Chiefs 27, my Tampa Bay Bucks 24. Hike you, man. Until next week, when we recap Bahrain, take you through the breaking news stories and all that good stuff, get you caught up on some other stuff like racing and all that, and we look ahead to the final race of the F1 season, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at Yas Marina Circuit on Yas Island. This is Daniel Foles, aka PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26, saying, Boomer Sooner, everybody. We'll see you next week.
PCSRA Weekly Show fans, thank you for joining us for today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show on the Blue Hedgehog TV. We hope to see you every Monday and Tuesday inside our PCSRA studios in War Acres, Oklahoma for more episodes of the PCSRA Weekly Show throughout the 2020 race season. This PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecues, Harkins Theaters, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Thanks for listening to the PCSRA Weekly Show. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2020 by the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues and the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association, Incorporated.